So this is the release tassel, and these are what we call the bottom cord tassels. When I pull the cord straight down, the ball tassel straight down, and keep pulling with my hands, the cords pass through here, or they're passing down through this in this direction, and raising the shade. And when I want to lower the shade, I pull straight down on here. This time I'm going to be holding the ball tassels in my other hand, so that I've got a hold of this cord while I'm releasing the cord. So that's the lock open. You can hear it and you can feel it. It goes from here to here, and in a half-inch movement the cord lock is open. Then instead of squeezing between my thumb and forefinger here to control the speed of the cords coming through my hands, I can let it go with my other hand. Here's a top-down, bottom-up solar Roman shade, and I'm going to show you how to operate it and what kinds of things can happen when you operate it incorrectly. First of all, on this side of the shade, when I raise on these ball tassels, the shade will raise straight up, and anywhere I stop, the shade will stop. So as I lift it up and let go, the shade will stop all the way up to the top, like that. And when I want to lower the shade, I take the release tassel between my thumb and forefinger and pull straight down. That sound there indicates you unlocked the cord lock, and then I let the cords run between my thumb and forefinger all the way down. Another way of doing that on heavier shades would be when I raise it all the way up here. Instead of taking all the weight between my thumb and forefinger of the cords which are holding up the shade, I hold onto the bottom of the tassels and leave the cord lock open and let my hand feed the cords through, like that. On the other side is the top-down operating controls of the whole shade. And same principle applies. The release tassel here, when pulled straight down, allows the shade to drop. And in this particular case, this cord has two lift cords. The cords go up here, along down here, and come down here. That's one cord. And the second cord, which is attached here, goes up through the head rail and down here. That's the second cord. So when I raise up on these cords, that lifts the rail all the way up to the top of the shade. Anywhere I stop again, the shade stops. What can happen on bigger shades and shades that have 3 or more cords is that when you pull straight down on this release tassel, sometimes the shades don't lower evenly. So if I'm not holding them with my other hand and I lower the shade and I don't quite have a hold of the cords in my hands, this can happen where the shade will get crooked. But by the time it gets to the bottom, that'll right itself out. The simplest way to solve that on bigger shades is to grab a hold of the tassels at the bottom here, or at least grab a hold of the cord as you open the cord lock. So as I open the cord lock, let the cords, you can see I'm holding the lift cords with this hand here and feeding it through my hands. That way I've got control over this rail at all times, and it raises evenly, just like that, and so on. So this is the top-down controls on this particular shade, and again you can see the movement or the motion of the release tassel that opens up the shade. In this case I'm pinching tight between my thumb and forefinger to stop the cords from passing through the release tassel. But if I wasn't doing that and I was just pulling straight down on the release tassel with no contact on the cords, the shade would fall down very quickly, except for the fact that I'm holding it with my hands from the bottom of the cords and allowing the shade to drop. But if for any reason on 2 or 3 corded blinds, when you pull down on this tassel, it's possible that the shade can go down at an angle, something like that. But the simple way to correct that is to allow the shade to drop all the way and then raise the cords straight up from that point. And when you're lowering the blind, when you're lowering the shade, pull straight down and let the cords pass through your fingers so you have complete control over the cords all the time.